breaking news alert.
At this time, we have been able to confirm that we do have 19 souls. That we're looking for.
An emotional day in the mid-state. Multiple people are dead. At least 19 others still missing and unaccounted for after an explosion at a plant that houses explosive products and manufactures them. Welcome to WSMV at 6 o'clock. I'm Tracy Cornett.
I'm Amber Jayans, and we have team coverage at that site where the explosion happened earlier this morning at Accurate Energetic Systems near Bucksnort, which is near the Humphreys and Hickman County line.
That is where we find our Lauren Lowry. She is field anchoring out there today. Lauren, what can you tell us about this heartbreaking scene and families looking for answers as to how this happened?
So many things to talk about tonight. There are 19 people who are unaccounted for. And as you say, the families who are holding out hope, but also confronting the potential need for grief. I'm just right on the edge of a fence that lines this 1,300-acre property. As the public information officer told me earlier tonight, we're out in the middle of nowhere, and that's by design because they are making explosives on this site. Multiple buildings spread apart at a distance from each other that keeps everyone safe. And we know one of those buildings is completely obliterated tonight. It is gone. And when you look at the before and after pictures of what used to be there and what's there now, you see why this is going to be such a difficult task for investigators. The debris field stretches between half a mile to a mile in radius. That's how powerful this was. And this blast was able to be felt 3 counties away. Earlier, we heard from one of the sheriffs here. We have Hickman County and Humphreys County right there, both of this, I should say, this property straddling both of those counties. And so we've heard from them throughout the day. Listen as one of them describes how this day has been and how difficult the road is ahead.
Hell, you want me to be honest? Anytime we do something like this, that's just like I said in the flood. You know, it's hell. But from the time we try to start seeing what we're seeing, putting things together, talking to families, talking to victims, talking to interviews, and arranging it, it's hell. It's hell on us. It's hell on everybody involved.
We've had team coverage all day today since this happened at about 7:40 this morning. Our Braden Ross spoke with a woman today who knows people who were on site.
I spoke to a woman named Jessica O'Daniel who lives just a few miles down the road from the plant. She described to me what she heard this morning when that explosion went off and shook her entire house. And she said she knew immediately what it was because she used to work there, as did her mom. And her dad actually still works there, but was thankfully not at work today. She told me the people who work at this plant are a very close-knit community and said it was devastating to see the images of the building she remembers walking into with her lunchbox every day, now completely flattened. Of course, she's also been spending the day checking in on the people who she knows that work there. She said the community has been piecing together a list of the missing on their own.
It has been really, really, really hard because it was like it started out, okay, I know this person was probably there. We look on his Facebook. His family reports that he's missing. Okay, then there's another person. Well, what about him? Was he there? I know he's worked there ever since I did. He was there. And then just through the day, you find out more people. You get upset, you calm down, and then more people you hear about.
Jessica told me she talked to many people in the community today who told her they just can't focus on anything else at all today. They're just thinking of the souls that were lost this morning. In Hickman County, Braden Ross, WSMV4.
Braden, thanks so much. Our Dryden Quigley was also out here all day today, one of the first crews on the scene. She spoke with someone who felt the whole thing happen.
We've talked with so many people who have been impacted by this explosion. One man actually works at the plant. He works in that very building, and he said that he left 8 minutes before it exploded. Another man we talked with said he was about a mile away driving in his car when he thought that a large tree crashed into the back of his truck. When he looked out of the window, that's when he saw a big black cloud of smoke, and then he actually saw dead birds falling out of the sky. That's something that really stuck with me. The sheriff did say that debris range could be anywhere from half a mile to a mile away. But on top of this, a lot of people are still looking for their loved ones. The one man we spoke with said he later learned that his friends was supposedly in that building when the explosion happened.
See like dead birds in the road and insulation, you know, in the road and some other little pieces of debris. Out this afternoon that a friend of ours had died in it. I don't want to name him, but yeah, it's a pretty horrific event for McEwen and anybody that worked there.
Both people we talked with asked that you keep them and their loved ones, their co-workers and family in their prayers. In Hickman County, Dryden Quigley, WSB4.
And it's worth noting this is not just a local response at this point. We've had agencies from all across the state, as well as federal representation from ATF and FBI coming to McEwen. Our Steve Mailing has been speaking with different people who've come in to help.
And this type of situation requires an all-hands-on-deck response. It's the exact type of response that Williamson County was prepared for and sent a unit out to help. Williamson County sent their brand new state-of-the-art command center, which is acting as one of the main branches to keep communication lines open for law enforcement and for other responding agencies. It's an example of just one of many different units that banded together in a time of unimaginable tragedy to coordinate resources as best they could.
All of these agencies, it's not just one, but we've come together and we're making the very best team effort that we can to move forward.
And there are dozens of other agencies that were involved in this response and likely will continue to be a part of this response in the coming days. Reporting here in Bucks North, Steve Mailing, WSB4.
And our team coverage has continued all day. It will continue through the evening as well and the weekend, because this is something that's going to take several days to resolve and many weeks potentially also to figure out exactly what went wrong. We do know from the sheriff here that this has become a chemical investigation. There were chemists on scene earlier today trying to figure out exactly what they were working on in the building that caused that explosion. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Lauren Lowry live in the field out there in Bucks North. Thank you so much for all of your reporting tonight.